And right now, a WCNC investigation uncovers a shocking secret about kids in the foster care system in Charlotte. Some are being forced to sleep at the Youth and Family Services offices because there's no place else for them to go.
Some of them are even sleeping on the floor. WCNC Charlotte's Michelle Bowden shows us how organizations are seeking solutions to try to get these children into homes.
We were shocked to learn this is happening, and we expect that most of you will be as well. Bottom line, there are just not enough foster families leaving kids spending the night in a conference room in a government building, and it's happening on a regular basis.
It breaks your heart because I just want to keep doing more.
Robin and Bo Leonard were licensed foster parents waiting to finalize the adoption of their youngest daughters when a social worker called them about another young girl who needed help.
There was a child staying at the YFS office over a weekend, and they put out a call to foster families if they could let this child visit their home a couple times over the weekend, just to shower and just have a break from getting out of the office.
The couple welcomed the teen into their home.
It's just the saddest story. She was a 13-year-old girl, just as sweet and mannerly as she could be, but just had nowhere to go for that weekend. She was eating out of a vending machine and sleeping in the YFS office.
I mean, it was just nice to be able to do something and help, and but yeah, it's just a huge need in our city for sure.
How dire is the situation as far as having enough places for foster kids?
It's really dire. There are not enough placements for kids.
Trish Hobson is the executive director for the Relatives, emergency housing in Mecklenburg County for kids and young adults ages 7 to 24. They partner with DSS on a regular basis. What we've heard is they're literally running out of places and kids are sleeping on the floor at DSS?
Yes. We have had meetings with DSS leadership. They're very concerned because there are kids staying actually in their offices because they don't have placement for them. And I think there are kids staying in hotels as well. What they told us was that there were kids really sleeping in the conference room and that they were having to partner with other organizations for things like showers and meals and things like that. You know, and these kids are going to school during the day, so they've got to do homework.
She says the Relatives helps whenever possible, but their beds have been fuller than ever before since COVID.
What we've seen is that the kids end up staying with us for a lot longer because it's much harder to find a family for them to go to because there's just less foster care families out there. You know, at the beginning of COVID, a lot of people just didn't want to have, kids in their home that they didn't know what they'd been exposed to. And so a lot of foster parents dropped off during that time. And it's been a really big challenge to build that back up.
What's happening right now isn't necessarily unique to Charlotte. It's in every city in our country. There is a placement crisis.
Nicole Taylor is the executive director for Congregation for Kids, a nonprofit working to recruit and support foster families.
These kids are the responsibility of our community. And oftentimes we think there's somebody else that's kind of handling this. There is not anyone else.
We tried to get answers from the county about why kids are sleeping at Youth and Family Services buildings, but a spokesperson would only answer basic questions, telling us there are about 500 kids in foster care in Mecklenburg County on any given day and about 600 licensed foster parents. When we pressed them, asking specifically about kids sleeping at their offices, they told us, quote, DSS has nothing further to add and appreciates your efforts to assist in recruiting foster care placements.
Right, none of this is a great situation for a child, right? I mean, anytime you're being removed from your home, it was probably bad to begin with. And then to be sort of in flux like that, it's really important that kids feel safe as quickly as they can. I'm sure they're safe, but I'm sure it also feels a little just off balance.
If you're interested in learning more about foster parenting, there's a class later this month. We've got all the information you need on that and many more resources. You can find it all on our website, WCNC.com. Back to you.